Ellen Pompeo is a producer and star of the new limited Hulu series Good American Family, inspired by true events. It's a riveting thriller that follows a couple with disturbing questions about their newly adopted daughter. Take a look.
What are you doing, Mommy?
I thought I heard you come in our room just now. Just want to check and make sure you're okay. Did you? Just come in our room?
I don't think so.
Nighttime isn't for wandering, sweet pea. It's for sleeping.
That's what I had been doing.
Can I hold Hercules for a minute?
Why?
Just want to give her a checkup, like at the doctor.
We hate doctors.
Okay, not the doctor then. Just,
Mom, stop.
Natalia, just...
No, Mommy!
Natalia.
Stop it!
Please welcome Ellen Pompeo. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sonny's got the first question.
Okay, hi, thank you.
See you. Hi.
Thanks. Nice to see you.
This show, wow, I watched it last night. It scared me a little bit. It's called Good American Family. It's about a couple who adopts a child with a rare form of dwarfism and then became suspicious that she may have been lying about her age, that she may, in fact, have been older. It's based on a true story, which captivated so many people who followed that story. You said you were nervous also to take this on. Why were you nervous? And what made you ultimately say yes? Because it's fantastic, but it is heavy.
Thank you. Yes, it is heavy. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
It's tricky subject matter. You know, it involves child abuse.
Yeah.
And so that's, you know, you have to do that really the right way.
Right.
We're going to tell this story. It's a tightrope to walk. And ultimately, the reason I decided to do it was I had a Zoom, almost like a 2 or 3 hour Zoom with Imogen Faith Reed, who plays our Natalia.
She's great.
She is fantastic. And it was her and her conviction and her wanting to tell the story. And I have to say that it's her first lead role ever, her first role, her first speaking role ever, which is a lot to take on, you know. She's from the UK, she's not from here, and she came over, and it was important for her to tell this story. And I think the show goes somewhere where people don't expect. I think people think they know what this is. You don't. We take a turn, and we show some different perspectives. And I think it was Imogen Faith Reed's conviction in telling this story that got me to say that with her leading the charge, we can do this. Yeah.
And of course, the original Natalia Gray story that it's loosely based on, we need to mention, she took a DNA test in 2023 that concluded that she was in fact the age she had said when she was adopted. But because this story consumed so many of our minds and we read about it, people have their own conclusions about it or ideas about it. What are you hoping that people who may be coming in with an idea of what her story is take away from this show?
Well, I hope they take away that we should rush to judgment a little less.
Yes.
And I hope they look at themselves and ask themselves, we all should ask ourselves, why do we look at something and at face value make a judgment about it? I think we do that as human beings, and I think we all need a lot more empathy right now, and so I hope we take that away. I mean, why are old white men the only ones who are allowed to be felons? No one else can stay in this country if they're a felon, but somehow if you're...
And he's not even that white. Have you seen the amount of makeup he's wearing?
Good point.
But let's talk about something else wonderful that you've done in your career. You worked on Grey's Anatomy for 20 years. And you've often said that being on that set and working with marvelous women like Shonda Rhimes, like Debbie Allen, helped give you the confidence to ask for what you need. and what you're worth. What's some of the things that they taught you that you now pass down when you're on a set or in life?
I think so. Shonda taught me that, closed mouths don't get fed, and no one will just give you something. You have to ask, and all anyone can say is no. And I sit in a real position of privilege to even have the power and the privilege of choice. Not everybody recognizes that being able to make choices is a privilege that not everyone is afforded. And Debbie taught me the most extraordinary thing that I use in my life every single day, which is be still.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes an action doesn't need a reaction. Sometimes we can just be still. And that's served me very well.
That's biblical.
Because I'm a little hot-headed Irish Italian. So
I'm a little hot-headed Nicaraguan American.
You're in good company here at this table. But you recently opened up about body image and how early in your career tabloids would write horrible things about your body and weight. How did you deal with that? And have you seen a change kind of in the media landscape about how we talk about specifically women's bodies?
I think the only difference now is there's fewer tabloids and more social media. So I don't think the girls today have it any easier. It's just a different medium. I think people are equally as cruel, and unfortunately, everyone now has a platform to say something. So I feel for the young people out there today.
How did you navigate that yourself, though, for all those years, reading that in headlines and?
It wasn't easy, and I had, obviously, I think all young women struggle with confidence, and it makes you super self-conscious. But I also had, I had other fish to fry. I had bigger things. I had, death threats from being married to a black man, and it's not the only thing I dealt with.
Right.
So, it's again, a tough Irish Italian girl. So.
Well, before we go, we have to ask about the current season of Grey's Anatomy. You stepped away from being a series regular, but we still hear your voice in the voiceovers. You've made some appearances. Any chance we will see you again before the season finale?
Yes, I'm in the season finale. And really proud of the stories that we're telling this season. We are focusing on women's health. And women's health is so underfunded, and women's health issues are so under-researched or researched on male mice, which makes absolutely no sense to study women's cancers or women's diseases in male mice.
Well, if you don't actually know what a woman's body looks like, why would you know the difference in a mouse? They don't know any different. Poor things.
So that's what we focus on this season of Grey's, and hopefully moving forward, we continue. Meredith's storyline is she's devoted to women's health.
I love that.
Well, don't wait so long to come back, please. It's always nice to see you.
Thank you so much. Thank
Our
you.
thanks to Ellen Pompeo. The first 2 episodes of Good American Family premiere on March 19th on Hulu.